Welcome to Handi Quilter Watch and Learn. Today we're going to do our final reveal of our surprise quilts. Welcome to Watch and Learn. I'm Kim Sandberg, and today with me I've got the whole team. I've got
Kristina Whitney
and
Denise Dowdrick.
And we are excited for the big surprise reveal. So we're done, right? Did we all finish?
So done.
So done, yes.
Okay, so my biggest burning question before we get into all of these things, and I think everyone else wants to know, is, Denise, did you buy more fabric?
Well, maybe. Define buy. Like actually purchase.
Go to a store and exchange money for fabric.
If you put it that way, then just a little bit.
Kristina, pay up. No.
I said she would.
No, that's so true. That's so true.
Okay, well, in my defense, I didn't buy any more for the actual body of the quilt. I needed something for the sashing.
Okay.
So
That's
or
fair.
the bows. I just needed a special little touch. So I mean, it was necessary. It really wasn't frivolous. It was required.
We'll give you that.
Okay, now here's the real question. How much other fabric did you buy when you bought your non-frivolous stuff?
Not that much. I was actually really well behaved. Maybe just a few yards and some charm packs and a layer cake or two. just a little bit.
We all have our reasons,
I
right?
see nothing wrong with any of this. Denise.
Yeah. No, I'm just planning future projects. I'm building my fabric pantry. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I
Yeah.
see nothing wrong with that.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so we're talking about your quilt. Why don't we start with you for the big reveal?
Okay. Well, there were many things I said I was going to do or not do. I wasn't going to buy more fabric, and I was also going to custom quilt. But life happens, and things have been busy. And in the last couple months, I've had a daughter get married and a new grandbaby, and there's been some other priorities. So I loaded my quilt to custom quilt, and surprise, it turned into an edge-to-edge design. But in my defense, I had the cutest little Christmas tree design that worked so nicely with the different fabrics and the theme, and I did a black backing. So look at how that shows. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Oh, I just love it. Yep, I used my favorite shiny threads and went with green because I thought it just kept with the theme, and it looked so nice against that black background. But sometimes the plans change and life happens, and it's okay. I still have a very beautiful quilt, and I'm so pleased with it.
Then you also have to think, what's the function of the quilt?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a snuggle quilt. It's going to go on the couch. Okay. The dogs are probably going to be on it too, because that's what happens at our house, and that's okay. So, not every quilt needs to be custom quilted. But, I have a plan. If I make another quilt, because I've seen some other fun versions lately, and maybe I need to make it again, and I might have another layer cake or two that I could use. So I have a custom quilting plan that will work for another quilt in the future.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think this turned out great. And so just remembering, you did yours according to the pattern. You didn't change anything.
Exactly like the pattern.
Okay.
I even read the pattern this time.
Good
so
for you.
I went exactly to the pattern, and I pressed every seam, and things just came together so nicely. So it's really a great pattern. It was easy to do. When I sat down and started piecing blocks, I got it down to 10 minutes a block, 11 or 10 minutes per block. And it was really enjoyable. I didn't do it all in one day. I did it over a series of evenings, and my husband does all the cooking, so while he made dinner, I was piecing, and it worked out great.
Oh, I love it. And I'm excited for you to have this for the upcoming holiday season.
I think so
have it
too.
out for Christmas.
And I'm so glad it's done. And this quilt along has been such a great opportunity to really motivate myself to finish. So it's got the quilting done, and it has a binding.
Doesn't have a label.
Soon-ish. Soon. But it has a binding. That's on there, and it's stitched, and it's done. So
What did you learn from this one? Any tips or things that you would have done differently, or that you wish you'd known before you started piecing?
Not really. On the last project that we did, the last quilt along we did, I really learned to pay attention to the pattern and read the pattern, and I did that this time. And you know what? I had better results from not just looking at the picture, but actually reading the directions. So I think I slowed down and I enjoyed it more this time. It wasn't so much a rush to the finish. It was, you know, doing a few blocks in an evening and taking the time to enjoy it. And like I said, when I actually loaded it on the frame and I was going to custom quilt it, I thought, you know, I'm going to feel rushed doing that and it might feel a little less enjoyable, but I absolutely have time to do an all-over design. So I decided to just enjoy it. So I think if anything, from the last 2 quilt-alongs, I've learned to enjoy the process and relax because it's supposed to be fun.
I think that's a really great way to look at it. That's awesome.
And I really enjoy the difference between, you know, doing a rushed custom versus enjoying your edge to edge.
Absolutely.
And determining what is best for you. So
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep, and it's done. And so I'm
Yeah.
thrilled. Surprise, it's done.
Yay. Your first thing done for the holiday season. Lucky you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've been doing grandbaby quilts for so long. It was nice to change gears a little bit, but you know, maybe there's a few more grandbaby quilts in my future. I hope so.
Okay, here's the next question for you, Denise. How many baby quilts have you made for your first grandbaby?
Well, I mean, she's the first,
Yeah.
and so there were no other blankies, quilts, or anything for her, and I might have gone slightly overboard. I made 5.
Oh.
One was like really custom done, and the others were just kind of quick, throw on the ground. And I have 3 more cut out.
Well, you need one for every day of the week with a new baby.
And a spare for
right.
wash day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, and
I think
I
you're
mean,
great.
yeah, they're gonna need to be washed. So you know,
There you go.
yeah.
There you
But
go.
you know what? There are worse problems to have.
Yes.
And I can stop whenever I want. So.
No, because you're setting the precedence. You have to do 8 baby quilts for every future grandbaby.
That sounds doable. Yeah, I have enough fabric.
And if not, you know where to shop.
I know
where to
where to
shop.
go. I know where to go.
That's
They
so
see me come in and they're like, oh, good, Denise is here. We'll be able to pay our bills this month.
That's so great. Okay, well, Denise, awesome. Why don't we take a look at yours, Christina? I'm excited
Okay.
to see yours, especially you've done so many teasers in the last few videos we've done.
Well, this is mine. It is finished.
Oh, gorgeous.
It does not have a label. It does, though, have a sleeve on it.
Oh, see, you're ahead of the game.
Fancy.
Well, mine is going to be a wall hanging.
Okay.
So I didn't really get into this a whole lot because it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And I've got 5 pockets here. See pockets? I can stick my hand in there.
I love it.
So when it's really cold, I've got my little hand mittens here. No, each one of these represents members of my family.
Okay.
So like one for me and my husband, one for my daughter and her husband, and my son and future wife, daughter and future husband, and other daughter and future husband.
Not that she's planning
No
anything.
pressure, guys. Come on. I need a grandbaby.
I mean, and you got to get started on those 8 quilts.
So, yes, let me focus here. So each one of these pockets represents one person.
Okay.
So it's for Thanksgiving, and I wrote on here, give thanks. And so kind of the concept is that each person in the family or even out of the family, if they want to write a little note of thanks for that particular person or couple, they can put it in their little pocket. That's the plan that I have for Thanksgiving. One thing that I do want to talk about is this section right here.
Okay.
So in previous ones, I talked about how I stitched the background, then we put the pockets on. But this part right here, I digitized the word give thanks. You can also buy designs that are already programmed like that, or you can also use the record function on Pro Stitcher, or you can just do it freehand.
Yeah.
So lots of options out there for getting words on here. This was an alphabet that I had from a different program that I have, and so yeah, so there's lots of different ways that you can do this lettering. Now, I had great ideas because, you know, I always like to try new things. So I stitched it out using just a regular brown thread, and then I was going to go back with some chenille-it and put chenille-it on it, but the letters and stuff were too close together. It was just going to be a blob.
Okay.
And so what I did instead was I didn't want to couch it because I didn't have the right color of yarn. But I did happen to have the perfect color of So Sassy thread. It's
okay.
a 12-weight thread from Superior Threads. And so what I did was I'd already had this set up on my Pro Stitcher. I'd stitched it out. I just changed the thread and stitched it a second time right on top. So you can kind of see the difference between the first one and the second one as far as it popping and being able to show. So that's something fun that I added to my little wall hanging. So now I get to hang it for Thanksgiving.
I love
That's
it.
beautiful. And I love that you basically did embroidery on your long arm.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
So yeah, I love So Sassy thread. It's fun to play with.
It is.
Yeah, you just have to use a big needle.
Exactly.
Well, it's a beautiful quilt. I think that's a great idea. And now I might be inspired to do something for my next one.
The next grandbaby quilt? You gonna
You
put their
never
name
know.
on it?
You know, I could do that. I love that idea. Okay, got to make another one.
Let's see what you did, Kim.
Okay, so I mentioned that I had extra blocks left over, and I actually had time. Can you guys believe this? I had time. So I made a set of placemats that turned out really fun. So these were just really quick. I added some extra white around the outside of just the blocks that I had, and then what I did was, and this was actually in another video that we did, Christina and I did not too long ago about quick projects. Yep. I had all of these on the same backing, and I did an edge to edge over all of them. I used the fabulous monopoly. I love that we're all kind of talking about our favorite threads here. And then I just did quick binding on all of them with just the leftovers that I had. So I have a set of 6 of those, which is really great. The backing was just something that we had on the shelf. So nothing special. But I always like to get something that will perhaps hide the food stains. Although I'm like, ooh, white. These might be more for setting out pretty things on top of rather than actually eating off of. Maybe there'll be placemats for presents. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll put the placemats out, put the presents on them. And then we'll put down the oilcloth when we actually eat, because my family are kind of pigs. Okay, so this is my big surprise. So last time we were talking a lot about this runner, and we were trying to come up with some fun phrases to put on here. And Christina had a suggestion that actually didn't make it into the last one. Well, guess what?
Did you do it?
I did it. I put it on there. Okay, so this is the best part. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with kids taking the classic song Happy Birthday and adding some fun words like, oh, maybe you look like a monkey and you smell like one too. I actually put it on here, which is really fun. So I've got the Happy Birthday, and then you look like a monkey, and I actually found a cute little monkey in the Pro Stitcher library. Look at how cute that turned out. And I size it down and stitch it. And I used Denise's suggestion with the colorful thread.
Yes.
And then if we flip it around the other way, this is the best part. It does say, and you smell like one too. So fun little nod there. I thought, you know what? If you can't have fun with something for birthdays, when else can you do it? Exactly. And I did digitize all of these, the sayings with designer, like we were talking about, using the True Type fonts. And once again, I did an edge to edge on the back of this with the monopoly because I just wanted it to be a texture. But I did the cute little balloons. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it.
Oh, I
it's
can
the
see
cute little
them.
balloons that's just in the Pro Stitcher library. So they turned out kind of fun. It was, I don't know, it was fun to do, and then I just used leftover scraps for it. But I had a lot of giggling while I was stitching it out.
Okay, so I've got to say, you two have inspired me. Something that you both did on your quilts is you did your quilting, and then you went back and added words right over the quilting.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got quilting layers. I think there's some spots on here where I could go back and digitize, you know, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas or something, and just, you know, reload a section of the quilt, add some digitized words in there, make it even a little more special, and then my label will be done too. And then it will truly be finished.
I love that. I love that. That's a great idea. Yeah, it really was easy to add words, wasn't it? It's. I think it's a fun thing to do, and especially for something that, I mean, my family, I've got me and my husband and my 2 kids. I guess we could include the dog with that, so we might pull this out 5 times a year and use it for a day. So it's fun to have something a little special.
Just something I want to add. I do know we've got a lot of viewers that do not have Pro Stitcher or Designer to do any of the digitizing. You can do this same thing using like stencils.
Yep.
You can type out the words and print it out like on a golden threads paper
Yep.
or something, and just lay it right on your quilt and stitch over that paper and tear it away.
Yep.
So there are lots of ways that you can get this same look even if you don't have that Pro Stitcher.
Yeah, you could even do applique. I've done before, you know, just make sure that if you're using fusible, you reverse it. And then so that when you stick it down, it's the right way. But you could easily do something like that. You could fuse it on here and then just do a quick all over design on top of it to quilt everything down, and you'd have some of the same effect. So lots of fun ways, lots of fun ways to do that. So, all right, well, this sure has been a fun quilt along. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Fun little surprise for the fall.
I've decided that all of the future quilts are going to be called surprise.
Surprise.
Because they all end up being a surprise. You never know what's going to happen.
I know. I love how all of our plans kind of change halfway through. So, well, we're really excited to see what you all did with your quilts. So be sure to use that hashtag Handi Quilter QAL. And then I think some people were also using hashtag like surprise quilt along, I think. I don't know, we've seen a lot of different things out there, but we'd absolutely love to see some of the quilts that you've made with this pattern. Don't forget to always use hashtag Handi Quilter anytime you post a picture of your quilts, and you never know, it might be featured at the end of one of our episodes. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and have fun quilting.